Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we are going to learn about the general definition of sine theta, cos theta, tangent, secant, cosecant, and cotangent. These are all 6 trigonometric ratios, and we are going to learn about their definition. In order to calculate tan theta, secant, cosecant, and cotangent, it's enough to calculate sine theta and cos theta, because with the help of these two, we can calculate all these 4 also. So the main focus will be on the definition of sine theta and cos theta, because if you know sine theta, cos theta, you can easily derive the information about the rest of these 4 trigonometric ratios. Till now we have studied these trigonometric ratios for acute angles only. But these are not only defined for acute angles, they can be defined for any angle, for obtuse, reflex, even if the angle is greater than 360, they can be defined. Okay, there is a general definition of these trigonometric functions. When theta is any angle, it may be acute, it may be obtuse, it may be reflex, it can be less than 360, it can be greater than 360, it can be in thousands. So the general definition of the trigonometric ratio, for that first of all we need to know the standard position of an angle. Okay, the first definition is the standard position of an angle. Okay, suppose you have an angle, let me name it as A, O and B. Okay, this is an angle, let it be equal to theta, and suppose it is in anti-clockwise direction. The trigonometric ratios for the clockwise angles can easily be found out with the help of some properties of these trigonometric function, which we will discuss later. So it's enough to find to do their definition for positive angles. Okay, for the negative angles we can easily derive those from the trigonometric ratios of the positive angle. So I'm taking theta, and suppose it is an anti-clockwise angle. The standard position of this angle will be in such a way that for that we will have to first make the coordinate system. Okay, Cartesian coordinate system, which comprises of two axes, the x-axis and the y-axis. We have already done this in junior classes, and their point of intersection we know is 0. And now to put this angle in a standard form, what we are going to do, we are going to pick this angle, okay, and place it in this coordinate system in such a way. So to bring this angle to its standard form, what we are going to do is we are going to place this angle on this coordinate axis in such a way that the center of this angle, the vertex of this angle will be at the origin of the coordinate axis. O is the origin of this coordinate axis, and we are going to place this vertex O on this origin, and we are going to place in such a way that this vertex is on the origin and this initial ray is on the positive x-axis. Okay, if you do so, I will place the vertex, this vertex over here, okay, and this initial ray on x-axis. Okay, this is the initial ray. Then obviously the terminal ray will come to a position where this theta will have the same gap as this above. This angle has the same gap as theta. So this will be called the standard position of this angle theta. Okay, so the standard position is that you are going to place the vertex over the origin and the initial ray on the x-axis, and then you are going to draw the terminal ray in such a way that both these angles are equal. If it is of angle 120 degrees, you are going to measure from here and make this angle equal to 120 degrees. This is called the standard position of the angle. So to define sine theta and cos theta, we will have to place the angle first in its standard position. The second thing that we are going to do is, now we are going to define sine theta and cos theta. Okay, this is the standard form of the angle, first of all, the angle for which you want to find sine theta and cos theta, you are going to place that angle in a standard position. And after that, let me tell you what we are going to do. Okay, this will be step 1, and the next step will be, after you have taken the angle in standard position, what you are going to do is, this is the coordinate axis. Okay, and suppose we have an angle theta, and suppose that we have placed it in a standard position. Okay, let it be angle theta. Now in order to define sine theta and cos theta, first of all we will take a point on its terminal ray. Okay, what is the terminal ray of an angle? Now we know that, let it be A and let it be B. Okay, we know that OB is the terminal arm of this angle and OA is the initial arm. This is the initial arm and this is the terminal arm. Okay, so what we are going to do is, we are going to take a point on this terminal arm. We erase this. Okay, do remember that that was the terminal arm and this is the initial arm. You are going to, the first step is that you are going to take a point P on the terminal arm. Okay, it doesn't matter, it can be anywhere on this line, but take it on the terminal ray. Okay, not at any other place. Take P on this arm. It does not depend upon the position of the P. Okay, the answer will be the same for sine theta or cos theta, even if P changes its position. Okay, now what you are going to do is, you are going to take point P on any point on this terminal arm. Then you are going to drop a perpendicular, or yes, you are going to drop, or even if you don't drop it, just let the coordinates of the point P be x and y. Okay, let x be the coordinate, the x coordinate of this point, and let y be the y coordinate of this point. Okay, it will have some coordinates because it's a coordinate system, so definitely it's going to have some coordinates. For example, x in this corner will be negative and y will be positive. So it can be, for example, -2 or 3 or any point of that sort. So you are going to take point P and note down its coordinates. Next, you are going to measure this distance. Let this distance OP be equal to R, and as it is distance, so R is always positive. Okay, let OP be equal to R, and let PXY be the point on the terminal arm. Okay, so first you are going to place that angle in the standard position. After that, the second step will be that you are going to take point P. Okay, note down its coordinates. It will definitely have some coordinates because we have placed this angle in the coordinate system. And then what you are going to do is, you are going to measure this distance O to P. Let this distance be equal to R, as it is distance, so R is always positive. Okay, just remember that R is always positive. Okay, do remember this because it will help us in determining the signs, whether it is positive or negative. Now R is always going to be positive. Now definition of sine is the ratio of two numbers. Okay, the first will be the y coordinate of this point over R, where R is the distance of the point from O. Okay, and y is the y coordinate of this point. So you are going to take the y coordinate of the point and you will divide it by this R, this distance OP. It will tell you the sine of this angle. Okay, so the ratio of these 2 points is called the sine theta. This is the general definition for any angle, whether the angle is in the second quadrant or in the third or in the fourth. You are going to take, even if for example if the angle is in the fourth quadrant, you are going to take a point on the terminal array, and you are just going to take the y coordinate of that point and divide it by r. Okay, and this will give you the sine of the angle. Cos theta is defined as the x coordinate of the point over r, the x point coordinate of this point which you have taken, and you are going to divide it by r. Okay, this will give you the definition of cos theta. Okay, similarly tangent theta is the ratio of both the coordinates y over x. This gives you the tangent of this angle. A tangent can also be derived with the help of sine and cos theta, because we know that tan theta is equal to sine theta over cos theta, and secant theta, we know that secant theta is equal to 1 over cos theta. So it will be from this expression, it must be equal to r over x, because secant is 1 over sine, then it obviously will be equal to r over y, and cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent theta, so it will be cotangent will be x over y. Okay, so the main definitions are that of sine and cosine. If you know these two ratios, then it means that you can derive all these from these two. So the main focus in all the question will be to find sine theta and cos theta. Okay, and because they are the main key ratios with the help of which we can find all the